Here we go! Whee! Well, I'm going to be talking about kind of a bunch of convoluted things, I think, but I believe I will tie them together. And given that it is Halloween time, I thought that I would include these two graves because I'm talking about the struggle of life being real. The struggle is real. I knew about these two graves before because I've been out in this area, and this one is Phoebe Cornelia Munson, who died November 25th, 1835 from ignited cloth, aged 5 years and 8 months. So she basically died from being lit. I don't know if it was a candle or what happened. And then this is a sister, Mary Munson, died October 31st, 18 something. Suddenly from ruptured bladder. She was 3 years old. So I'm sure it's around that same year. I think that they're sisters. And it's a beautiful fall day near Halloween. I am going to use Doreen Virtue's book, Healing Words from the Angels. And I'm just going to flip through it and find something. And then I'm going to end with this Psalm 37 because it's today is kind of, I'm going on what I did today. So Doreen Virtue is somebody I'm going to be doing a deep dive on. And the one was 190. Use each moment to make another eye sparkle and to warm a heart. So I thought I would talk a little bit about my process while we walk through some of these gorgeous woods. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about me and why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a series of longer than this few I've been putting together lately to go more in depth on some subjects. And I thought I could go a little more into choosing a card, and it's kind of I've always been sort of that way where I like to choose a card because it's random, and that's kind of life. Life is random. Things happen and we don't know what will happen. Sometimes we can bank on it being all right, but most of the time, shit happens. And we have to deal with it. And also to me, it's fun. So I pick a card or I pick a passage to read or something like that and then read it. And then I feel like that's what I have to work with for the day or a subject to talk about. And that's why I pick it. In Buddhism, it's kind of like working with things as they are, being wide awake, and interpretation is all mine, of course, but it's accepting and being awake to what is in this moment. The moments I call the land of here and now. And I am going to do some spiritual studies on these different topics. And Doreen Virtue is one that I'm going to be going in depth about. She used to be New Age spirituality, and then she became, about 5 years ago, she became a Christian fundamentalist who's born again and believes you have to be saved. And she regrets the angel cards and teachings and New Age way of being, and I respect that's her path. And I feel like it's a death, in a way. It's a death of who she used to be and now who she is becoming. And my friend talked to me about the other day, my other reverend friend talked to me, and was kind of talking about the different ways that you look at spirituality. And those colors are so reflective. They're beautiful. The different spiritual traditions. And he's kind of a New Thought guy, New Thought Kabbalist. He loves studying the Jewish Kabbalah tradition. Hello. And he believes it's all internal, and he keeps questioning me why I'm kind of focused on what would be considered the demonic. And his challenge for me from a New Thought perspective is, if I'm concentrating on Doreen Virtue's focus on demonic, means I'm focused on the demonic. I thought about that for a while, and it's part of who I am. I worked with people who are incarcerated, and I kind of go on those lower realms. That's how I would describe it. So it just interests me, and I want to figure out ways that we can not have those things happen. That's part of my thinking. So I'm going to, I got about 4 things that I'm doing right now. That's good. I was listening to the Darrell Brooks trial. He's the person who drove through the Christmas parade in Wisconsin, killing 6 people and injuring like 60. And I just wanted to address his closing statement about how he brought spirituality in it, and it made me think about the different levels of things he was talking about. And I thought I would go over that and say what my understanding could be, what it is that he was referring to, which was a whole lot of stuff mixed together and squashed into one small sentence, basically. And I have a hard time understanding Doreen Virtue's going from this beacon of light and now becoming somebody who takes the Bible literally. I just don't understand that thinking, and so I want to explore it. And that's what I'll be doing with that. I'm also working on Osho, who is Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, and he is the guru who had, I think, 99 or 93 or something Rolls Royces, and a whole heck of a lot of, what do you call those watches? Rolex watches. And the things that happened with him. So for now, that's kind of where I'm at, is to explore these things and talk about them and pull the spirituality out to try to put my perspective on it and understanding what they may be saying and why they said the things that they did. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And then I had a day that was filled with things all around me happening. And it just made me realize, like, I have to talk about life in terms of remembering life is a struggle. And the struggle is real. And the spirituality is ways to kind of muddle our way through. And I don't believe any one spirituality is one approach for everyone in the universe. I don't believe that. So the understanding and thinking and reading about all these different faiths, even though most of my life I've been tortured because everyone wants me to believe as they do and choose one. But my ADHD brain and the way my neurodivergent thinking goes, I really enjoy researching and learning about all these ways of being in the world. The events that were happening, and I want to share this, is someone around me is going to end up becoming homeless, and they had no food. And it just made me think about how difficult it is, and we sometimes, the universal we, do not know the story of someone that someone is struggling through. And so if someone is having difficulty or responding in an unfriendly way to you, there could be something going on, and trying to understand the struggle. So I went to go get some food to help this person, and the person that checked me out shared with me that she had just left her partner because of this difficulty. She had just left him that day and had to go to work. So that was her struggle. Her struggle was to show up. Show up. And so then I went to go to a fast food place to get this person something to eat right away, because they hadn't eaten in days. And the person that was there, the manager, was having to deal with a few people not showing up to work. And that was a day of showing the different things and struggles people have going on in life that they may not necessarily share because of what's going on. So my reminder for us is to be kind as much as possible, even when it doesn't seem like it's fair. And I had got a letter today, handwritten, from a Jehovah's Witness person. They mailed it to my home, and they referred to Psalm, whatever I said it was, 37. I'm going to end it with reading part of it, because that's part of my day, and sharing some of my spiritual practice of Buddhism, accepting what is and not fighting it, and sharing a little bit about how I am going to move forward with my YouTube channel and kind of sift out some of the different religious traditional understandings to the best of my ability. And I have prayers in my heart and my mind for you to be well, free from suffering, and find a little joy today. Psalm that she quoted, Psalm 37:29. It says, "The righteous will possess the earth, and they will live forever on it." The Book of Psalms. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as a green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.